I'm back. So enough of that. We're back with another one, y'all. Back with another one. Episode 20. Episode 20 in this. Excuse my language. Go ahead, hit that subscribe button. Go ahead, share, like, comment for your boy. This is a nice, solid milestone. Hope everyone had a nice Thanksgiving, I guess is the usual term, but around these parts we call that Indigenous Remembrance Day, because that's what it's really about. But yeah, hope y'all had a nice family gathering and whatnot and enjoyed your time together. Yeah, we're back. We back with a hot one, no wings. I'm here to talk about some of the best animated fights throughout all time. Now, a lot of awesome animated fights. If you've ever seen OG Dragon Ball, amazing choreography. That's just honorable mention already. We're gonna put that over there because that speaks for itself. OG Dragon Ball, amazing choreography. But the first amazing fight that I want to bring to the forefront is from a movie called Sword of the Stranger, which is one of my favorite anime movies. It's where I got the name Nanashi from, which in essence means, nameless or no name. Because the main character was his name was Nanashi. He was pretty much a rogue samurai, and he had to protect something dear to him, or something that grew dear to him. There's a fight in that movie. There's a few fights in that movie that are some of the most crispy, amazing, just remarkable scenes, just super well done. I believe it was animated by Studio Bones, which we all know has had some epic catalogs over the years. I'm talking about epic catalogs. We already know what's going on, right? We already know what's going on. There is a battle, essentially the last battle in Sword of the Stranger, that is absolute peak. It is Luo Lang versus Nanashi. It is some of the cleanest choreography that you will see, even in current stuff. I highly recommend that movie. That movie is really good. I love that movie. That's one of my top. That the fight in there is so crispy. If you love a good, essentially like no powers, just straight up swords and stuff, I would recommend that one. Another one we gotta go with. I mean, we already did the OG Dragon Ball honorable mention, but we still gotta go with some Dragon Ball. There's nothing to it. Of course, Frieza versus Goku, that first battle. Of course, Cell versus Goku. Of course, Majin Buu. All of that's cool. But we going with Vegeta and Goku versus Broly in the Dragon Ball Super movie. That is one of the best and well animated fights in current times. That movie was some years ago, but it holds up phenomenally. Like, it's insane. Rewatching it, I'm always happy to just see it again, because in my opinion, that's the best depiction of art, of any art style that Dragon Ball has ever had, in my opinion. No holds barred. Like, that animation style and that art style from Dragon Ball Super movie, Broly, cleanest I've ever seen, and my favorite of all Dragon Ball content. And I mean, it speaks for itself, I should say. why that fight is on the list of some of the best. And I mean, they were going ham, like quite literally fighting in lava. They were ripping through dimensions. I mean, it was Frieza got his ass beat for like what was it, an hour and 30 minutes, an hour or so, just for them to fuse and come back. And Broly was still tanking fusion hits until they went Super Saiyan Blue, which is a problem. It is a problem. But now I'm very happy that he's getting fleshed out in Dragon Ball Super. You know, he's actually being trained to hone this strength that he has. I love that, because Broly was one of my favorite non-canon villains back when, you know, all the DBZ movies were just not at all anything real. But yeah, back then Broly was one of my favorite villains. The story was a little shaky for me, but him essentially was savage. Loved it. I absolutely prefer Super because it gives him so much more character, and it just gives him room to grow as just a badass fighter. Like universal threats coming to Earth with him around. Come on now, bruh. Y'all better watch out, man. Y'all better watch out. It's trouble. It's trouble for y'all. It's trouble for y'all now. That's all I'm saying. Y'all know it. Y'all know it. Shoot. Y'all already know another fight we have to have on here. Can't leave out Naruto. Can't leave it out. And I'm going back when Shikamaru fought Hidan. One of my favorite fights. Shikamaru was my favorite character in Naruto. Just to lay that out there. Ever since OG Naruto, he's held it down. You know what I'm saying? He's held it down. And his get back on Hidan for killing Sensei Asuma, man, it was just something about it. The way it was done, the way it was calculated, the timing, perfect. Oh, you're immortal? Bet. I got something for you. Especially for you. Loved it. Absolute cinema. Absolute cinema. All right. You all can agree. There's a few things from Naruto. Might Guy versus Madara. One of the most clean depictions of the 8 gates. Rightfully so, because my boy lost his ability to walk. But you know, hey, for a little bit he did his thing, as he should. He is Might Guy. Come on now, the mightiest. You gotta put some respect on his name. That's just point blank, period. Pulling out another movie on y'all. This is another movie. The Cowboy Bebop movie is by far, it has one of the best fight scenes in my opinion. Probably like top 5 for me personally. Spike Spiegel versus Vincent in the I think it was like the cell tower. I think they were in the cell tower, I believe, and it was like Halloween, and Vincent was gonna gas the city, and Spike got up there, and the hands that were thrown in that scene, because if you haven't seen the movie, Spike had to get his get back. My boy almost perished in the fight beforehand. They had a fight on the train, and it did not end well. But Spike came, got that get back, and it was one of my favorite fight scenes just that I've seen since then. You know, super well animated. I mean, as y'all know, anyone who's seen Cowboy Bebop knows how well the team put that series together. Rewatching it, nowadays, now that I'm older, a lot of the episodes, although they were episodic and fun, a lot of them I did wish had a lot more depth to them. It was a lot of like missions and stuff that the team went on that kind of was like, I want some more like info on that. But I still love it for what it was. I think it's Cowboy Bebop Knocking on Heaven's Door, I believe is the movie title. That absolutely one of my favorite fight scenes in anything. Shout out my boy Cyrell, because he put me on to Gurren Lagann, right? There is of course the regular Ran series. Then there's movies for Gurren Lagann. Team Daiguren versus the Anti-Spiral is one of the cleanest, most outrageous fights I've ever seen. These mofos was the size of universes, throwing galaxies at each other. I'm talking about some of the most OP, just insane feats I've ever seen. They were going crazy, and the only way you can see Team Daiguren's final form, Super Tengen Toppa Gurren Lagann, is through the movie, where they fought the Anti-Spiral. By far one of the craziest, insane feats that I've seen in all of anime, honestly. To be that big, and like they were literally throwing galaxies at each other as they were like it was insane. Like even on Earth they could see like bro they could see like his big toe or whatever. Like they were huge. It was crazy. That was one of the best experiences, and I wouldn't have even saw that movie if it wasn't for my homeboy Cyrell, so shout out him. But that it was clean. That was some of the best fights I've seen in a hot minute. I haven't seen anything amongst those feats honestly since I've seen it. To be like that big and to be throwing like galaxies as like a casual weapon, it's insane. So shout out Gurren Lagann. Had to be on the list. Now I did say animated history, so Nickelodeon fans rejoice. One of the best fights in animated history, it has to go to Fire Lord Ozai versus Avatar Aang. Let's be real, that was some of the best angry Aang we've ever seen. My boy was shooting rock bullets towards Ozai like he was on go. It was rightfully so, because Ozai was an asshole. Come on now, he was an asshole. Terrible father. I am reading the Avatar. I am reading the comics, y'all. I got another one down here, but whatever. But yeah, I'm like, it's crazy, like the depth that they went into and finding out what happens with Zuko's mother. I recommend y'all read the comics. But yeah, Fire Lord Ozai and Avatar Aang, some of the best action in Nickelodeon history. In almost all of Nickelodeon history. I would say the reason I say almost all of Nickelodeon history is because we have Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. The Turtles versus Shredder was, I'm talking about, that was some anime level action. I had absolute cinema. Once again, if it's one thing that show had, it was amazing choreography and animation. Very, very well done. And it also had very cool concepts for the Turtles. Super epic. That fight was insane. I mean, it ain't even much to say. It was just clean. Yeah, that's what I got for this one. Honestly, I can do a part 2. Hey, I'm ready. I can do a part 2. Y'all can even bring in some suggestions. There's a few that I didn't even get to. Yeah, y'all can bring in some suggestions and let me know. There was, we got Full Metal. We got Seven Deadly, and it can even be manga based. You know what I'm saying? Because as I said, Seven Deadly, the animated fights they did not hold up to the manga based material. So I mean, we all know that. After season 2, you know what I mean. So, but yeah, there's, if you want me to do a part 2 with some more amazing fights, just put it in the comments. I'll shout it out in the next one. And yeah, y'all go ahead and subscribe, follow, share. My TikTok, Instagram, they're all in here on the video. And yeah, let's get them subscribers up, and let's get them followers up on my socials, and let's do this, y'all. Nanashi out. Peace.